Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with a new no-skill giant graveyard deck that's been dominating Clash Royale. The ranked 5 player in the world has been popping off with this evolved archers spam deck. When you're on an adventure to achieve the archer's evolution as fast as possible, opponents will want arrows on your regular archers, minions, and the graveyard skeletons. And because opponents can only have 1 arrows and likely limited small spells in their deck, this deck will stack up a lot of value. But the evolved archers are what steals the show. When you're going for a giant graveyard with evolved archers on the field, opponents will have to pick what they want to poison. If they don't poison the giant graveyard, they're dead from skeletons. And if evolved archers don't immediately get cleaned up, it'll be Snipe City, protecting your minions, giant, and dark prince from a distance so you can get gigantic damage. All you have to do with this deck is cycle archers in the back, get to the evolution, and wait for your opponent to overcommit. Even when your opponent's significantly better than you, with evolved archers, giant graveyard, split lane pressure, top tier players will crumble under the pressure when you don't deserve to win. It's time for our evolved archers to hit high on the leaderboard with our low skill strategy and assert dominance. Lots of love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make all the daily videos possible, especially when I'm traveling to Finland. Hey, this guy finished 491 in the world. Let's go. So we're gonna cycle archers at first play in the back. It's always the best play to do with this deck. You're gonna have amazing anti-air responses with your arrows, your snowball, your little prince, and your archers. So it doesn't matter if you cycle your archers and split them up in the back, because if they go balloon and attack on one side, you've got everything covered. So the dude's gonna have bowler and he's gonna have archers. I think this will probably be an Electro giant deck. There's a chance it's something else though. And if he cycled his archers already, you guys know the strategy. We giant graveyard immediately at 10 elixir. No skill is the way to play. No archers, because then you're not gonna have like a good answer to the graveyard skeletons. You don't have the damage per second, the fast necessary things to finish off the skeletons quick. So we're just gonna take most of your tower and put you in a perilous position. It's easy to identify your opponent's deck and once you've played in the meta long enough. And when you see an amazing answer out of cycle like the archers, then you can really punish them for that. The one thing I dislike about our situation is I don't know if we're going to kill the minions, so let's go for a Dark Prince here, just to guarantee that the archers don't die immediately. Then we're going to go for Little Prince behind our tower. The reason why I drop it behind the tower is it's not going to be able to get pulled by a tornado. Oh, this guy's playing really well. Credit where credit is due. He is going to take most of our tower here. I'm going to go for minions just to guarantee it doesn't take the entire thing. So, oh man, I guess Electro Giant is hard to defend with our deck when we don't have evolved archers on the field. Evolved archers are going to be our best answer to the Electro Giant because you drop them in the middle, and then the Electro Giant just doesn't hit it because you don't have a building to go and get the Electro Giant to the middle. The super archers just stay there, and then they just power through. The bad thing for us is we can't necessarily defend against the Electro Giant if we don't have that in cycles, so something to keep in mind. We're going to go in for arrows here, depending on what he decides to do. Tombstone is going to be a bit obnoxious. We are going to try to get as much damage as we possibly can. It's going to be hard for us to get a lot here, but as long as we can kill the archers, it's a 3-for-3 trade. The bowler's going to get counter push. We don't necessarily have to care that much about the Mega Minion. We do care about the Electro Giant, which we should be able to kill. I mean, we do have the evolved archers, so he can't just Electro Giant and think that it's going to work out that well. I mean, we'll see, but I don't think it's going to work out that well for him. Yeah, he's going to go for the tornado. Doesn't pull the evolved archers. Really good for us. And notice how we're able to kill the Electro Giant quite nicely here. Then we can go in for our minions. And then, ooh, does the bowler hit? It does. That sucks. All right. We know that we can take out the tower on the right with arrows and then also a snowball. But I don't necessarily want to do that right now. I want to start powering through with our evolved archers and see if we can make anything happen here. He's going to have evolved archers as well. I guess we're going to go for our arrows here on the right-hand side just to damage them down. And then we could snowball if we need to. Okay, so is there any way that we're able to defend the tower on the right? Is there any shot? Is there any chance? I mean, like, let's say we go Little Prince, and then we somehow get him to go and drop a tornado or something bad. If he lightnings, that's okay. That is a bunch of elixir. Now we can defend with a Dark Prince, and we can snowball simultaneously. Maybe he's not going to expect a snowball. Maybe he thinks he's got the game on lock. I don't know. Hopefully that was what was going to happen. It didn't work out. We could Giant Graveyard. Our Archer is going to win that interaction pretty hardcore. He doesn't have an amazing answer anymore. So when you're going Giant Graveyard, always go for your Graveyard first, because it takes a little bit of time for the Graveyard Skeletons to spawn in. Now we can go for our arrows on top of the archers and also the Tombstone. Hopefully we kill all the Tombstone Skeletons. We do get a really good trade. I'm not going to do anything foolish because we do end up having our Little Prince. If I went archers in the middle, they would just die. So I want to cycle back to the Evo archers ideally. That's the only way that we power down the Electro Giant. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go Dark Prince, and then I can maybe go in for minions if I wanted to in the middle. But it's generally better to get this type of card cycle where you can go Giant Graveyard and feel really comfortable about your cards. So I think that we can get back to arrows here on top of the archers and win. Please? Yeah, let's go. That's a win. Yes, sir! Oh man, what a weird and wacky game where I didn't have a single defense to Electro Giant. It shows the power of offense being the best defense sometimes. I didn't even have to defend because I went full offense at the end. And after powering down Electro Giant, we've powered up to 1,299 in the world. And that guy was a totally talented Sir too. He finished 491 in the world. Hey, what's up, Wolf? We're ready to wolf down your towers. And I feel like he's going to run like a sheep when he sees the Dark Prince Evolved Archer's Giant Graveyard because no one likes matching into this deck, man. Okay, so strategy for us is quite simple. Drop a lot of Elixir and then kill the Hog Rider. So we're not going to take a hit because we ended up dropping our entire Elixir bar. But it is what it is. We do get counter push with 7 out of the 9 Elixir that we spend, and he drops 4 Elixir there, so not the worst thing in the world. He's spending a little bit more. Valkyrie dies to our tower, so I'm okay here. You know what? I don't even think the Valkyrie gets a little swing. Nothing out here. Yeah, it was pretty good. That was a great trade overall. And now with no login cycle, I'm going to go Graveyard. I'm just going to Giant Graveyard because you don't have an amazing way of cleaning up the Graveyard skeletons, right? This is the full skill strategy, guys, where you Giant Graveyard at the start of the match because your opponent drops their small spells. And then the Graveyard skeleton, the little Larry with the carry. Little Larry with the carry. The Ice Spirit's not going to hit the little Larry. Oh my gosh. How much damage did one Larry carry on his back? Y'all don't want to know. Y'all can't handle Larry at his best. It's so funny. All right, let's just like snowball the Hog Rider back into the Dark Prince so the Dark Prince doesn't go back towards the tower. You know, I genuinely didn't know if the Dark Prince was going to wander towards our opponent's tower or if it was going to go back towards the Hog Rider. So what I decided to do is like snowball it so then it sees the Hog Rider and the Hog Rider gets pushed back a little bit. So that worked out in our favor. We can go for archers here. I think they damaged down the Valkyrie in time without getting a swing. Oh, he's going to NATO. He had enough of our shenanigans. He's like, Jake, I am not dealing with that today. And genuinely, you know, respectable strat, man. Respectable strat. Let's go in for our Giant a little bit further back. And then we can build up more Elixir so then we can guarantee finish this off. Oh, wow. Wait, is this bad for him or is this good? I don't know. I'd like to know, but I don't know. I think the Dark Prince takes his tower. If he goes for a Executioner, I would be surprised. I don't think he can afford it. There's no way. Dude, I was counting your Elixir. I'm wolfing down your tower. I'm fine. It's not double Elixir. You thought it would be, but you're not safe for me. So I'm going to go in for a Little Prince here on the left because I think he's going to go Hog. And if he goes Hog, you can go for Evolved Archers in the middle and watch how much damage they do. They do max damage from a distance, so you don't want units to get close to them. There's Snowball here. We've got our Archer split. Wait, let's just Giant Graveyard and try to 3-crown because he doesn't have a good card cycle for this. We have so much crap coming at them on the left-hand side. This is going to be built different. We can go for minions as well. We can ignore the Executioner. He's tornadoing it closer to the tower. My man's got a death wish out here, and we're ready to fulfill it. So I'm going to go for a snowball, and then I arrows, and I 3-crown. This game is over. Sayonara, sir. We are just going to climb up the leaderboard, dive onto some more towers, and dominate our foes. We are the real predator out here. And we got Vengeance for the Piggies blowing down the Wolf's 3-crown. And now we're at 1,070 in the world. Hey, we're playing against It's Chris. This guy finished 86 in the world, and we're ready to roll. So we're going to be dropping our archers in the back first play, and we're going to go give him some good luck, and maybe even like the 20 win emote. Let's just give a little bit of a flex out here. Maybe we can go in for a Little Prince on the left-hand side, same side as the Lava Hound, and try to go Dark Prince on the right, so then he can't allow the archer just to go by itself. He can't just ignore the archer. He would have ignored the archer, but now we're getting 5 elixir from the barbarian. So that's great for us. We can go and kite the barbs the other side if we wanted, but it's generally a bit better for us to go for arrows here and just eat a little bit of barbarian damage. It's not going to be that bad. There's no point in clicking the guardian there because I'd rather conserve elixir than drop a 5 elixir giant. It gives us a lot more value. No barbarians in cycle, so I can go in for the giant and then go archers and then snowball on top of the inferno dragon. If I got down fast enough, that should probably be tower. Honestly, he's not going to stop those archers. Those are going to be able to shred the inferno dragon, and now his tower's absolutely tragically tortured. Even if he fireballs, he's still in a pretty bad spot. You know what? If I go in for a Dark Prince in a graveyard, he's going to have Evo Barbs, right? Does he have it fast enough, though? Is he down enough elixir for this to work out for us? Like, I could go Dark Prince, and then I can go Graveyard, and the Dark Prince should start to charge near the tower, and he might have to drop Barbs in front. He's going to go Miner and then Barbs, right? Oh, he's going to go Skeleton Dragons. That's so good for us. So, not a counter push that he wants either. Because the Skeleton Dragons by themselves, I could ignore. I'm not going to, but I could. And the cool thing about our deck is we've got Evo Archers as well. So we're going to go and drop them really far away. And then I think that they shred most of the balloon. I think that the balloon gets one shot, but it's not that bad. Genuinely, I think that the placement of the Evo Archers was trash. I should have dropped the Evo Archers where the Little Prince was. Because Little Prince The health of it doesn't matter as much as the evil archers. Now the evil archers could tragically die to a spell, and there they are. He's going to go barbarians, and then we could go for a dark prince, or we could go minions. He doesn't have his zap and cycle. He probably is going to go for skeleton dragons on this. Let's just go for our minions really early on, and then go dark prince in preparation. I think he's going to drop something on those, so I don't want them to just not be supported by a dark prince. It's important to make sure that we blast the barbarians down. Don't take any extra damage there. We could snowball on top of the Inferno Dragon, but I don't think that's necessarily worth it. Just go for our archers in the back. He's going to go for a fireball in this for sure, and then we'll go for our little prince after. Oh, you know what? Go for a little prince here, and then we can snowball, and then we can get back to a counter with arrows, because I think the arrows are going to be more than enough. If we shred the lava hound and we just arrows this, we're chilling. The good thing about this, little prince locks directly back onto the balloon, and then we know he's going to go in for barbarian, so let's go for archers, and let's go for a snowball here. Minions aren't going to be able to take out the tower, but we know that the arrows on the left are going to snag the tower there for us for sure. Could click the guardian, but I don't think that's worth. Rather just go for the snowball and take the tower guaranteed with the giant, preserve our elixir, and then go for dark prince left hand side. Wow, this is a 2-0 victory. Very easy match, as you guys can see. So if you don't like playing against Lava Hound and you're running Giant Graveyard with multiple anti-air answers, you're going to make people that are able to get top 100 in the Royal Tournament absolutely tilted. Oh, he's got the 20-win badge too. Completely clapping some of the best players in the world with Giant Graveyard feels totally toxic. And after some giant gains, we're at 721 in the world. Hey, this guy got the pancake banner, and we are ready to delve on some delicious towers today. So I want to divide and conquer out here with our evolved archers. That is typically the strategy for us. Try to open up opportunities by cycling your archers as fast as you possibly can. Split them up in the back if your opponent's going to have a fireball or poison so they don't get maximum value. Or, I mean, I guess we could cycle them in the same side if our opponent doesn't use the poison on the archers and he uses them on the graveyard. Wow, I actually really like this deck, and I don't think it's that difficult to play, so I'm kind of ready to just go bombs away, giant in the back, build up a big push, and snag some easy damage. That's how we're going to roll. That's what we're going to do. Let's go for it. Archer going to hit the tower too. Ooh, nice. Spicy damage. All right. I want to go for minions. He might not know what he's matched into. I don't think he knows that it's Giant Graveyard just yet. The cool thing about this is he's wanting to use his small spells on top of the minions, right? But he also wants to use them against the graveyard skeletons. Oh, he's got for... that's not good. I don't like that. That was a pretty promising position, and then he's got poison, so... I guess we can go Dark Prince really far away so then the Phoenix doesn't lock onto it immediately. And then we can go for Archers afterward. I think overall, good position for us to be in because the cannon cart decomposes really far away. So it doesn't lock onto our tower. I think that we got to go Snowball here. I don't know if that's smart. Oh, I tried to time it. Greedy. I'm a very greedy player if you guys can't tell. I mean, I'm really fully embracing the Giant Graveyard pride and joy of minimally spending elixir on defense so I can save everything for offense. Every ounce of my elixir. All right, we're going to go Little Prince here. It's going to lock directly on the mortar. We're fine. I could go click the ability. I don't think it's worth it. It's going to be a +1 trade for us. So for overall, it's not bad. Let me take those. I click the Little Prince ability. It's likely just going to get countered by something, but maybe we can not get logged. Maybe he's going to have to drop something else. He's going to go Goblins. Little Prince locks on the tower. You know what? That worked out really well. For whatever reason, he didn't drop his Goblins in the correct spot. Oh, he's trying to get fancy out here. I like it. I like it because he just wasted 2 extra elixir. You didn't get anything from that cannon cart. I mean, I'm in a phenomenal spot to just Giant Graveyard you and go bombs away, bro. Even if you go for a poison, this is fine because now you don't have poison for the evolved archers. This is what I was talking about before. He's got to choose what he wants to spell. Are you going to poison on the archers or are you going to poison on the graveyard? Well, now you don't have the poison for the evolved archers, so now you're dead. The evolved archers built different. They snipe things, so then the giant pops off and gives us damage. That's why this deck is so fundamentally strong, and it feels really wrong. We're going to go minions here. He tried to make a prediction. He tried to feel fancy. Not going to work out. We sniped the cannon cart really far away, and then I think the Phoenix is finally dead as well. I was hoping that that would die faster, but it is what it is. We can start to go for our Little Prince action as well. Maybe we can get a poison out of him. I don't know. Just wanted to kill the Evolved Mortar because that thing is obnoxious. We're going to arrows just to finish that off, to guarantee that the cannon card decomposes, and try to trade relatively evenly when your opponent's going to have an evolution on the field. You can't always trade evenly, but just don't try to go offensive because you're going to be down so much elixir because it takes a lot to clean it up. So that's what I try to do, at least when I see an evolution on the field. Just a good food for thought for everyone. Now we're going to play a lot more aggressive because there's no evolution to save this guy's butt anymore. We can go for our graveyard here. We can go for a snowball and just spam everything that we have. And then we win the game. It's amazing. You delete your evolution, and then they can't stop Giant Graveyard. And you gotta love that we were able to show the full force of having Giant Graveyard with evolved archers. When the opponent's got one poison, they have to choose between losing to the evolved archers or the graveyard. Because they can only poison the evolved archers or the graveyard, not both at the same time, and the other one will be hitting them up with a ridiculous amount of damage. Hey, the Lord of Cards. This guy sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh player or something like that. Anyway, we're gonna go archers on the back first play, and we're gonna head Quantum North all the way up towards his tower. Gonna go archers as well. Getting those out of cycle is awesome because when you split your archers, your opponent are like, oh yeah, I can do that too, but they can't because you've got Giant Graveyard, and then you punish them for that if you've got Graveyard in your hand, which I got really unlucky, I guess. I'm gonna go arrows. Do we hit the Ice Spirit? Oh no, we do hit the Ice Spirit, but we don't finesse the Ice Spirit and kill it with the archers and the arrows. Oh, that'd have been so nice because the arrows don't one-shot Ice Spirit, and there's multiple iterations of the arrows that have to go down to kill the Ice Spirit. It was unfortunate that it takes more time. If the Ice Spirit was further away from the Giant, then we would have been able to kill it with the arrows. We were not able to successfully get that snipe, though. You know what? Let's Giant Graveyard and let's Snowball on top of the Archer, because I think we can propel it closer to a Skeleton. Then it just dies, right? Little Larry with the carry. Let's go. I love saying that. I also love seeing that, too. Because the Archer died, then he's going to take a ton more damage. You don't have to go in for arrows to finish off a single Archer. You can go for a Snowball to finish it off if you propel it right next to a Skeleton and get good luck. Okay, so he's already going to get the evolved archers on the field. That's horrible for me. That is horrifying, and I'm a little bit scared. We know it's either going to be an Expo deck. Yeah, it's Expo. So let's just go Giant. Let's go in for probably a Little Prince, and then maybe just click the ability. It's not going to be the best thing in the world, but it's the best thing that we have. So that Archer is going to melt everything. And the other one did like 600 damage on my left-hand side. Dang it, man. I hate how good evolved archers are when I'm playing against them, but when I have them on my team, it's a little bit of a different story, you know? I like using them myself. All right, we can go in for a graveyard, and we can arrows as regular archers with our Dark Prince. And I think that's a good strategy. So let's just go for our Dark Prince here. Wait and see if it wants to charge. If not, then whatever. We can go for our minions because it doesn't cross the river. Notice how I didn't spontaneously randomly go in for a Giant Graveyard or go in for the graveyard because I knew he's going to probably stop it since he was a good player. Good players don't let that happen. Oh, Dark Prince! We made him freak out! I don't know if you guys saw that. That was fun. Oh, you know what he's going to do? He's going to go Tesla. If we go in for a Giant, and then he doesn't have Fireball because he already used it, we can snipe it with the Archers, and then we can go in for a Dark Prince. But did he really get back to a Fireball? That's insane. This guy's crazy. He played that so well. He's actually really, really good at Clash. For that defense to work out for him, that takes fast fingers, fast reflexes, and a very fast cycle. So I'm surprised that he made that happen. He really is the Lord of Cards. All right, you know what? Screw it. Let's go Giant Graveyard because I'm skillful like that. So we'll show you skill because you showed us skill. All right? 100% concentrated will out here. The thrill of the Giant. You already know we're popping off out here. Okay. Also, we could arrows and snowball to finish off these archers, and that's a good play. Just a safe play, honestly, and that's what we like to do today. I'm going to get a Dark Prince down, and I'm going to go for Little Prince action on top. And then maybe go for some archers so then he doesn't end up getting through too much damage. Let's go Winions. Winion's not going to win out here. Winion's not going to win. We got to go Snowball. Whew, slow down that Expo, bro. Chill for a sec. Stop the damage. This guy's insanely good. Seriously, well played again. I am impressed by this Expo player. He is doing some dirty work on me. All right, let's go for a Giant in the middle, and let's go Little Prince. And this Little Prince should lock. We also have the ability to go in for archers and hopefully split them and then go Dark Prince here. And then, I don't know, he's probably going to Fireball on them, right? Let's go for some Little Prince action so we just do some dual lane pressure and maybe make something happen with the Evil Archer. Because if the Evil Archer starts to melt, you get a lot of damage on the other side. That was such a good play from him. The Archer isn't able to get maximum damage, but the Little Prince, holy... did that put in work? Locked onto the tower and loaded up some serious value. Now we can do this and force him to go other side. Now we can go Dark Prince to tank for the Archer. And then we can go for a Graveyard on the right-hand side because we know that we can eat some damage against the Expo on the left. Doesn't matter that much. Here's the bad thing. Those Archers got such long range, it's annoying. So we're going to go for our arrows when they walk into distance. And then we can maybe go for a Snowball on them too, but I don't like this. I am spending so much Elixir to possibly get one Giant hit. We get it! Let's go! That's what I'm talking about. I really was committed to the cause of getting that hit. All right, what an arrows here. And then he's not going to get any damage with this expo. I don't know what he's thinking. I think he's thinking that he needs to accomplish something miraculous. He's going to start to fireball cycle me, but I'm not stupid. I'm going to graveyard, and I'm going to snowball, and then I'm going to keep spamming because that's how we roll out here. Wait. We got to spam more. We got to spam a lot more right now. We're going to go in for our archers, and we're going to go in for a giant. So then he has to fireball on top of the archer so he doesn't get the tower down. Because the archers would have shredded everything, and then they would have locked on the tower. So now he can't fireball cycle me in time because he had to fireball on the evolved archers. You know what? We thought that went through. Yes, I had a matchup advantage. But man, this guy was insanely good at Clash. And with Giant Graveyard, no matter where your skill is, it always feels like your metals head north. And despite this guy being a lord, we had complete control of the cards. Giant Graveyard split lane spam with evolved archers is almost impossible to defend. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an amazing rest of your day.